Spring 2010, Mexican-American Studies at UTSA organized a mini-symposium based on the book Dancing Across Borders, Danzas y Bailes Mexicanos, edited by Olga Nájera Ramirez, Norma Elia Cantú, and Brenda M. Romero. The Guadalupe Dance Company and Mariachi Los Paisanos performed. UTSA scholars and guests, students, and the community at large engaged a discussion about music and dance. Queta Miranda, Russell Rodriguez, Brenda M. Moreno, and Elisa Huerta read from their essays. Jose Torres, conductor of Los Paisanos at UTSA, who has brought national and international acclaim to our campus, opened the session. His talk discussed music and dancing as expressions of ethnic identity in South Texas.
I do a lot of work with mariachi education, and there's a big tie between the performance aspect, musical performance aspect, and the dance performance aspect that a lot of students don't always connect with. Probably one of the most obvious examples for me is the polka. And this is just my experience, so anybody jump in and correct me at any time. But here, I've noticed here in our particular neck of the woods, and I won't say exactly where, but you know, we tend to play the polkas a little bit slower. And of course, if you listen to the polka norteña, it's a very rapid, and because it's the dance portion. And a lot of students, when they're performing that, or a lot of musicians per se, we don't always connect with the dance perspective. For the past 20 years, I've been a mariachi performer, and I've learned through my experiences with mariachi that legitimacy depends on who you're talking to. And it means different things to different people. I grew up in Pleasanton, which is about 30 miles from here, and my parents were involved in the local organization there, so they used to put on these dances every month. And of course, David Ligasa was probably the one we hired the most. In high school, I was Tejano music and dancing Tejano music. And when I got married, I married a Mexican American who was more Mexican than American. So she grew up more attached to her Mexicanidad. Well, that's not real dancing, you know. The cumbias and the música norteña, you know, the stuff that we listen to, that's, you know, dancing. So I have seen how these ideas kind of pervade, you know, in our culture, in our society, and how they represent ultimately how we see ourselves and what we become. Cumbia, loco! In regards to the mariachi, the same way. You know, there's just this idea of what is mariachi, and Russell was talking about this earlier, and I feel like I found a treasure trove because I got together with Dan and with Russell, and everything that they speak about, I'm just like, I've just seen how dance really is reflective of identity, and how we, I guess as human beings, I like to tell people that you know, we are musical beings. At our very core, we are musical beings. I think that this particular book, whether we're talking about dancing or whether we talk about music, that's ultimately, I think, the message. You know, it belongs to all of us. So I think that I'm still kind of going through that journey I guess, finding the legitimacy. But I think ultimately I've come to believe that it really does belong to everyone. And when I look at my children, it's, I think it's very obvious to me.